What's up, guys? Andrew back here again. Yesterday we did the East, now we're doing the West. Let's jump right into it. At the bottom of the West, I have Minnesota. I don't think it's any surprise here. Minnesota is the lesser of the two teams of the expansion sides. They've made some good moves in picking up Molino and Shuttleworth, two really good MLS starting caliber players. But they started their process late and didn't get as many big name signings or big ready to play signings as Atlanta did. Not to mention the 0 wins out of 7 games in the preseason either. Following them, I have San Jose, a young team with a lot of question marks surrounding it. It took them a while to get their own GM in, and once he came in, they said, we're not buying any designated players this year. So San Jose's got a solid David Bingham, a questionable back line, a midfield with a rookie starting in it, which could be good or could be bad, and Wondolowski up top, maybe Shea Salinas on the side. That's it. Lots of questions surrounding the youth and the front office and a whole bunch of stuff with this team. And we saw how that worked out for Hull City in the England Premier League, so I'm dropping them low in the West this year. Next up, I've got Houston. Don't get me wrong, they've had a great offseason, but a new manager, a lot of new faces, and a new system in general is going to make it hard for this team to gel early on. That, and you add on the fact that they're throwing all their eggs into one basket with Cubo Torres up top. He's been good sometimes, but he hasn't proven himself as that guy. So if he starts, producing, sure, he'll be a good player. But if that goes wrong, they're going to have another tough year. Following them, I have RSL. No more Javimo, no more Burrito, and an older and less producing Yoram Sisian up top. That leaves them pretty slim with their attacking options outside of some youth players. Now don't get me wrong, Brooks Lennon looked good against U20s. You stick him up against a defender with some experience, maybe another story. I think Rusnak could be really good, or he could be really bad. He's one of those players that could jump in and be like Nico Lodiero and just kill it right off the bat, or he could be somebody like Verón and take a while to adjust. And I think that he'll probably fall somewhere in the middle, and that's just not enough. That's not enough of an impact for RSL that they need right now. The only real positive I can see is that they've kept their back line in shape, and they've got Nick Rimando in goal, so they'll keep the ball out of the net sometimes. Next up, I have Portland, another confusing team. Portland goes from winning the MLS Cup championship to not even making the playoffs last year. Jake Gleason is good, but he's going to make mistakes. One of the starting center backs tore his Achilles, and to be honest, they never really found his replacement. Vitas and Powell love going forward on the wings, which is great for an attack, but it's going to leave them really exposed in the back. They signed Guzman, who's going to do a decent job of shielding that back line and protecting them when they are exposed, but teams are going to be able to break that down, and they're going to let up a lot of goals this season. Adi is still going to score goals. He's a proven goal scorer, we know that. And they have talent on the wings, but they're going to give up a lot of goals, as we mentioned. So they're going to score a lot, they're going to give up a lot. Mid-table in the West finish, my prediction. Next up, Sporting Kansas City. If SKC wants to make a run this year, this is the year. Dwyer looks like he's going to have a breakout year. Benny Feilhaber looks like he's going to be the next question. Beasley's holding it down in the back. They love to attack with overlapping fullbacks, and they've made some decent signings. My one problem is that they haven't really gelled or found that guy yet, right? So you give them one more year, I think it's going to be their year. But right now, last few playoff spots, I think. Ahead of them are LA. Now, a lot of people like to put LA really high up on the table, but right now, old LA is gone. No Keane, no Gerrard, no Donovan, no Beckham, all those big names are gone. Ashley Cole goes down hurt. Rogers is down too. Zardes is down. They're an injury-plagued team with a brand new coach and a new system and a lot of question marks. A lot of times, I think Gio Dos Santos is going to get really frustrated up there, and that's not going to prove well for him. Alessandrini could fit in really, really well, or he could be the next Nocerino for Orlando. It could go either way. But the major concern should be their backline depth. If one of their starting center backs goes down, who are you going to bring in to back them up? Exactly. They've lost De La Garza and Leonardo, and have been struggling to find replacements ever since. This could be a tough year for the Galaxy fans. Next up, Vancouver. Easily the most frustrating team last year. A team with that much talent and potential should not have finished as low as they did. I think Ousted had an off year, and I think he'll be better this year. They signed Freddie Montero, which is phenomenal. What a great signing that was. Kakutamani is going to do well, and I'm really excited to watch Alphonso Davies play. That dude is going to be a big name. With all of those names put together, and Mauro Rosales coming back to lead those young guys, this team could be really dangerous going forward. If they can just sort out that back line, they're going to be really, really solid. Next up, I've got Colorado. Not too many additions to this team, but they brought back the best defensive lineup in the league last year, which is huge. Gashi, Baji, and Doyle are going to make the attack really fun to watch, as well as the addition of their new guy, Ajed Boateng, who was a Man City product at one point, so that'll be fun to watch too. They're going to score more goals than they did last year, and if their defense holds up like it did, this is going to be a good team that could really fight for the cup this year. Next up, FC Dallas. Dallas is known for their youth, we know that. They've produced players like Acosta, Gonzalez, and others. But the big focus here is their additions. They brought in Javimo from RSO, which is huge. Gruezo is going to sit in front of that back four again, just like he did last year, and protect them really well. And their back line is solid. The only reason I don't have them taking it all this year is because of their strike force. Yoruti is a good player, we get that. But their only back is Tesho Akindele, and he's off and on, he's spotty. Nevertheless, FC Dallas are going to be dangerous going forward, they're solid in the back, and their midfield looks good. This is going to be fun to watch between them and the team I have at number 1, which is Seattle Sounders. Deuce is back, Morris is good, Lodiero is playing provider. This team looks like it's going to be fun going forward. They brought in Harry Shipp and Will Bruin. Roldan and Alonso shielding the back line of Marshall, Torres, Fry, Jovan Jones outside. This team looks like it's going to be a really well-rounded team. The only thing I can see tripping them up is Jordan Morris going through a scoring drought and not being able to fix anything. But at the end of the day, Seattle Sounders made good moves, brought back a lot of big names, and they're going to be fun going forward, and they're good at defense. They've got it all. I can very much see a repeat of Seattle-Toronto in the MLS Cup final this year, and I think it'll be great to watch. But that's it, guys. You see my East, you see my West predictions. You know what I think. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you're new, subscribe. But until then, I'll see you next time. Be good.